Okay, so what I want to talk about in this this short video is the point at which water bends. Now, somebody who's arguing from the ball earth perspective, when you ask them, okay, you know, what keeps bodies of water stuck to the ball, of course they immediately pull out gravity as their defense for that. So I would like to just demonstrate something first, just to give you an idea. Share screen. So hopefully you're seeing that. So, okay, good old Google. We tap in the distance from Earth to the Moon, and this is giving it in kilometers. So yeah, we get an immediate answer of 38,000 and a bit kilometers to the moon. Straight away, I mean, you don't even, if you look at that, I backtrack how far is the, and then you've got moon, sun. So of course it tells you the sun here as well, but you know, if you click on sun, bang, straight away you've got Google giving you a scientific answer there immediately. So they've measured the distance between the Earth to the Moon, the Earth to the Sun, and all the other planets here were into light years. I mean, yeah, nice. Okay, cool. So then you Google search, and hopefully you can see how big does a volume of water have to be before it bends due to gravity. Now, I chose my words carefully for that question. I'm sure there's different ways that you can ask the same question, but there's no bang, immediate answer, figure, number on the screen. Not like this. Here's immediate information, factual information, apparently. But when you ask that question, how big does a volume of water have to be before it bends due to gravity? You could say conforms to shapes due to gravity. You could ask it in a bunch of different ways. But the point is that science has claimed to have worked out all this stuff, like how far certain things are away from other things. They've got very precise measurements. You would think that in 2017 there would be a water curvature calculation. So I would think that's a fair enough question. Is it not? I don't know. I think that science should have been able to have answered this by now. You know, at what point does water start to conform to shapes. Now, of course, I've been discussing this with some people in regards to this topic, and if they're arguing in defense of water being held onto the earth by gravity, that is the silver bullet that stops them straight in their tracks. So, you know, where do we go from here? If you can't answer that question, I'm afraid you are stuck, my friend. And I'm not claiming this is my concept. I'm the first person to point this out. But yeah, very simply, Google scientific community or anybody, you know. But yeah, I would certainly like to know the formula for at what point water changes, at what point, how big a volume do we need for the magic force of gravity to kick in, and for us to start seeing water bending around shapes. How much mass is required for water to be attracted to the exterior of a shape? Because then you're not just arguing about the, oh yeah, but water's flat inside my cup argument, or the bathtub or the swimming pool. Although, in my opinion, these are all great points, valid points. Yeah, I would sure love to know. And I'm sure a lot of people who don't believe they live on a spinning ball would love to know. And I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in the near future, if enough people ask this kind of question, that actually you might start getting some kind of arbitrary number that Google might start putting on their on the first page of that particular search. Because if they're bullshitting about how far the sun is and the moon is, there's no reason why they wouldn't bullshit about how much water it takes for gravity to have an effect on that. Now, I know some people might argue I'm asking that question in the wrong direction, but the behavior of water, doesn't matter how you ask the question, whether it's the how big a object do you need for water to behave like that, or how much water do you need to start behaving like that under those conditions. Doesn't matter which angle you come from, there has to be an answer to that, and there isn't. And I think that's about all I can say, and I think anyone can say about bendy water. It needs to be measurable by science before people can accept that oceans bend around balls. I hope I made my point clear. Thanks a lot.